You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Oh, I know you can handle the truth, folks, but yeah, most of America can't, but they're starting to learn the truth. Trump is guilty. Oh, yeah. I tell you, are you surprised? Literally, I mean, are you surprised? Not are you disgusted or upset or disappointed, but surprised. I'm not. That's what they're there for. That's why they held the trial in New York, so they could rig it. They could get political hacks in there, and they don't care. It's worth it to them to try this move. See, basically, they're totally desperate. Evil is so desperate that they put in their worst characters, Biden and Pelosi, and they've done all the damage they can. They're expecting the Democrats, right, to be caught, people to wake up. So they keep their lying up. They keep their lying up. And then they go on political attack, and they use all their power. They are the ones who are desperate, folks. Now, we're in danger as a nation. We're in danger as a people. But they are the ones who are desperate. They're the ones who are doing the stealing. They are the ones who are the criminals. And that is why they are so scared. Yesterday morning, before the Trump verdict, there was fear and paranoia amongst Democrats and their supporters and their allies in the media. Everyone was scared. They're scared. They're scared. They're worried. Joe Biden, not so good. And then we get, finally, get the verdict. Guilty on all counts. All counts. And I waited overnight until I could get more, shall we say, reports of the different perspectives that have shown up. And the reaction has been, I want to say, positive. I'm going to use the word positive to describe the reaction America has had to this. And it does do exactly what you would expect, exactly what you might anticipate. That the reaction from liberals is joy. Joy, joy, joy. They're ecstatic. Rob Reiner, Hollywood, throwing big, giant, hissy happy fits over this, thinking that the world is saved, their world that is, that it's over now. No, it's not even close. It is it's actually quite disgusting to listen to them and what they're saying. You know, the left is so happy even that PETA, the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, wants to hire Stormy Daniels to be in a commercial. Stormy Daniels to be in a commercial about horse racing to smear Trump some more. They're not going to quit, folks. They're going to keep going. They're going to keep riding this horse into the ground. Now, on the other side, those who are against this travesty of justice, there are Republicans. Even MAGA Mike Johnson said it's it's awful. I read his tweet. Not that I like maggot Mike Johnson at all, but attorneys, their opinions. This is going to get turned over on appeal. It's going to get thrown out. It's a sham trial. There's so many inconsistencies. It's awful. But there are people saying this is it for America. It's dead. Not quite so fast. Some people they just don't seem to grasp. This trial is not the end. It's not the last card to be played. It's not the last bullet to fly. It's not even close, folks. This is just beginning. The fight that is going to turn into violence. I expect some of that as well. But for now, let's just talk about this fight that's coming. There's a Democrat worked for Hillary in 2016. That's right, worked for Hillary in 2016. That seems like so far away, right? That was another world. As messed up as it was, that was another world. Well, this Democrat, to me, he's a pretty young guy, so he's probably very idealistic. That's good. Let their idealism gnaw away at them if they have a sense of what's right and wrong. In any event, this man, young man, or I should say politically motivated man, who's not an old fogey, donated $300,000 to Trump after the jury verdict. He worked with Hillary, he worked for Hillary, who was a freaking Democrat. And he's looking at what has happened and he says, this ain't right. He would rather support Trump. And he admitted in his public statement, my friends are going to not like me anymore. They're going to be mad at me. They're going to hate me, whatever. He doesn't care. You see, what they're doing to Trump is making him stronger by attacking him. Think about it for just half a second. Let's do some George Floyd rehash. George Floyd got killed, black man, by a cop, a white dude. And at that point, there was a lot of fervor, a lot of, racist crap stirred up. And, everyone understands what it's like to have the police on your bumper with the lights spinning. Everyone knows what it's like. It's like, I didn't do anything. It's like, yeah, I saw you do something. It's like, but I didn't. It's like, doesn't matter. I'm writing you the ticket. Right? Everyone understands that, sympathizes with that. And Trump is not going for the sympathy vote. But everyone can associate with that. Being wrongfully accused, wrongfully attacked, wrongfully hurt. So yeah, blacks totally understand that. Mexicans, Hispanics. And when I say Mexicans, I mean Mexicans, folks. They come across the border to work. They're from Mexico. Hispanic Americans, Asians, everyone understands that feeling. Everyone understands, being wrongfully attacked and accused. And they see Trump. And so, like I said, they're now joining him. They're supporting Trump. The more he's attacked and villainized by an overwhelming and obvious adversary that is unfair, biased, and lies, it's making him stronger. Democrats are switching a lot, folks. We're talking big percentages. This is just going to help Trump. From politicians to businessmen to minorities to Democrats, this attack on Trump, you see, because it's not real. If it was real, if he had committed real crimes, everyone would have a different opinion, wouldn't they? Instead, this cuts right down the middle of politics, but it doesn't fold in half. There's that percentage, that chunk that is breaking off the Democrat Party saying, you know what, we're going to support this man because they see they've got at least some conscience. Similar to what we saw with Sotomayor leading and writing the Supreme Court opinion on free speech for the National Rifle Association. Just, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And isn't that weird to say, hey, a Democrat with at least a modicum of morality somewhere buried deep down inside their skull, hidden, buried underneath their medulla oblongata of anger and hate? There's this little bit, this spark of something that says, that ain't quite right. Well, here we are. And no, I don't believe there's any hope for these fucking Democrats, right? Just because they can add one and one together and actually get two does not make them salvageable, not in the least. All right, I tell you, folks, stay tuned. Expect false flags, expect bullshit. Nobody on the Republican side is calling for violence, but everybody is saying This is just going to get nasty. It's going to get nasty politically. It will continue to get nasty with the abuse and weaponization of law enforcement and the prosecutorial legal process. It's going to continue. But this is going to make Trump stronger. And wait until the lawsuits hit. And in fact, speaking of hit, there are now Republican political hit lists being made. If you can go after a former president for what he did, then Obama, wake up. George W. Bush, you might be in trouble. Right? This sets a precedent that they're not going to want to have to face. All politicians. It's going to get weird, folks. I hope you are prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and your plan. We're going to see how today shakes out. It's getting a little bit weird on my end. A little bit weird. So I'll see you at the free-for-all.